Good morning, Kirsten.
Khou.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Good morning, Olivia, Kate, and Kaylani.
Morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm excited. I'm excited to see everyone today. For folks who can join. So Kirsten, since you started the meeting, I believe you might receive the email with the recording. So if you can send that to me, that would be great. And I'll let you know if I receive the recording as well. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. How was your first Bridge Leader breakout yesterday?
I think it went all right.
Oh, I'm sure it went well. We admit our students coming in. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning.
Let's see. Let me just pull up my roster here. We'll go ahead and wait a couple more minutes as students are still arriving. Happy Tuesday. I can't believe it's already Tuesday. I had an 8 a.m. morning meeting this morning with our Summer Bridge staff, and Dr. Jones, he loves to sing to us, and so he'll sing the good morning song, and then he'll say it to every staff member, and so it's nice to start off the day and morning with a good morning. I won't sing for you all because my kids tell me that I'm a horrible singer, so I won't expose you all to my horrible singing, but I just wanted to share that with you all. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so happy and excited to see all of you. Let's see. All righty. Good morning, Jose. I love your video on. Esmeralda, good morning. Thank you so much for having your video on. And so we have a good number of our students here with us this morning. I'm going to ask, please go ahead and turn on your video. One thing so that we can all see each other and put names to faces. I understand that there may be times where you are not able to turn on your video for whatever reason. Please do communicate that with me. You can do it via the chat message. You can do a private message to me to let me know, hey, Khou, you know, I'm not feeling well today, or I know we had a student who had their wisdom teeth taken out, and so they're like, I'm not going to show my face. So just let me know. But the expectation is that we do have our students have their videos on so that we can get to know each other in this remote learning environment and see each other. This is our cohort. So this is our cohort for the next academic year. For those of you who were able to join the student panel yesterday, you heard a lot of our Summer Bridge leaders share that their best friends, the folks that they have kept in touch with since Summer Bridge, you know, they met during Summer Bridge. And so, you know, I shared with you all that I'm an EOP Sonoma State alumna. And to this day, I still keep in touch with my Summer Bridge peers and friends. And I'll say that in 2020 will be or 2021, it'll be 20 years since I myself have gone through Summer Bridge. And so it's really, truly amazing to be able to connect with folks. Today we'll be doing some breakouts so that you all can get to know each other. I know that Kirsten and Vanessa has met with their specific cohort and their specific group, but I'd like for you all to get to meet each other and connect in this virtual environment, okay? So again, my name is Khou, and I am your EOP advisor. I play a dual role, so I'm the EOP coordinator and also an EOP advisor. So what does that mean? For me as the EOP coordinator, I am overseeing the day-to-day operations of EOP, making sure that we are making things happen, that the different processes that happen throughout the semester, throughout the academic year are happening, and making sure that everything is running smoothly. I also do play the role and have the role of the EOP advisor. So that is supporting my students, you all, connecting with you one-on-one, supporting you in your journey here at Sonoma State. I'm really, really excited to have you all as my students that I'll be able to connect with throughout your journey here. And just know that you know, I have been in your shoes. I know what it's like to be a first-gen, low-income student, education disadvantaged student. You know, I've been really lucky and blessed to have great mentors throughout my life, and you know, having folks be there to support and mentor me as I've grown and continue to grow, even still to this day. And so I am looking forward to sharing that journey with you all. Okay. So we have our two bridge leaders here who will be with us during our online advising session. So I'll have them introduce themselves. Kirsten and Vanessa, if you can share a little bit about yourself so that our students can get to know you, please.
Sorry, my name is Kirsten, 19 years old. I'm a second year at Sonoma State, and I live 6 hours away from the school north. So I live on the border of California and Oregon on the coast. So the beach is about 5 minutes from my house. Nice little walk there. And my favorite animals are cats. Oh, and I'm a sociology major, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
Thank you, Kirsten.
My name's Vanessa. I'm going to be a third year. I am a camp student. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and Aya. I live in Monterey Bay, so an hour underneath Santa Cruz. That's the easiest way to explain it. I like cold weather. I like coffee. And yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. Alrighty, so let me share a little bit more about me so that you all can get to know a little bit more about me, and then we'll delve into a little more just about expectations, having you all get to know each other as well. Okay, so I did a little PowerPoint here just so that I'm not just talking to you all. So getting to know Khou. So here's a little bit about my journey. And feel free to ask me any questions. Put the questions into the chat box, and I'm a pretty open book, and you know, so I'd be happy to answer questions. So my parents, they immigrated to the U.S. as refugees in the late 1970s due to the Secret War in Laos, and so this is around the time of the Vietnam War. My dad had a family, so he had his wife, and his wife was pregnant with a child, and you know, she was pregnant. And due to the war, as they were fleeing Laos to go to Thailand for safety, my dad lost his wife and the baby. And so he became a widow and came to the United States with my grandparents and his siblings. And then my mom, she also lost her husband. My older sister her dad. So my mom lost her husband due to the war. He was trying to help some, I think, soldiers through a forest, and I think there were some what is it, the grenades or the bombs out in the landfill in the land, and so stepped on it and lost his life. And so both my parents were widows when they came to the United States. They met here in California and got married and had a family. And so I come from a family of 10, so I'm really thankful and lucky to have both my parents, my mom and my dad. There's 8 of us siblings, so I'm the 3rd oldest. So you can only imagine, taking on that responsibility as one of the 2nd oldest daughter, and taking care of my younger siblings, having that responsibility at a very young age. I feel like probably when I was 8, 9, I was already watching my younger siblings and having that role and responsibility. I have 71 first cousins, and so I have a really, really big family, both on my mom's side and my dad's side. And so when we get together with families, it's literally a big, large party. And so I love my big family, and I'm really appreciative of being able to have a big family. So when it's loud, I'm used to the loud, a lot of things happening at once, kids running around in the household. That's my normal. I grew up in Southwest Santa Rosa in California, so I know I shared this with y'all yesterday. I'm a local gal here in Sonoma County. I grew up, went to Elsie Allen High School. My dream school was Sonoma State University, and I was the first one in my family to earn my bachelor's and also my master's. And so when we talk about breaking the cycle of poverty, and many of you may be the first one in your family to go off to college, and this is a new, scary, exciting time. I didn't really understand the saying of breaking that cycle of poverty until I earned my bachelor's and my master's, and having my younger siblings see me and look up to me, as well as my nieces, my nephews, and being able to support them in their journey, it's quite amazing. And so I'm really proud to say that I have a sister who was an electrical engineer. It took her 6 years to get her bachelor's degree, but she's an electrical engineer. And so I know when I'm meeting with students, they say, well, I need to get out in 4 years. I just want to stay 4 years. And my thing is, you're on a journey. This is your journey. Every student has their own journey that they will go through. And yes, while the goal is to earn your bachelor's in 4 years, things may come up. And so, which may change that track. And just know that as your advisor, I'm here to help support you in that journey. For me, it took me 5 years to earn my bachelor's degree. I came in as an undeclared student. I didn't know what major I wanted to declare. And however, I knew that I've always wanted to be in education. And then so through my involvement as a student leader on campus, I was a summer bridge leader, I was a peer mentor. I found the love of working with students and being able to be in education. And when I found out that you can go into a field of student affairs and higher education, I said, why not? Sign me up. I get to do what I love and I get paid. Like, that's the best of both worlds. So I love what I do. And my hope and my goal is, as I work with students, is to help support you all in finding your journey, your passion, and you already have it within you. And so it's, how do we bring that out and share your gift with the world? I'm a mother of 3. So I had my first child at 26 while I was in graduate school. And so I shared with you all, so after Sonoma State, I took 2 years off to really find out what is it that I want to, what were my next steps. And my next steps was, I knew I wanted to go to graduate school, and I wanted to leave my comfort zone in Sonoma County in Santa Rosa. So I went to Indiana. So I left California, went to the Midwest. My mentors were telling me that, if you want to do a career in student affairs and higher ed, go to the Midwest or the East Coast, because that's where it all started. So I left my comfort zone, went to Indiana. We drove from California. My husband and I, we drove from California. I was also pregnant at the time. And so there's a lot of new changes happening for me. And when we drove cross country, that was one thing I always wanted to do, was drive cross country. You hear about that all the time, being able to travel the United States. And so I did that. And when I stepped foot outside of our rental truck in Indiana, when we landed, when we got to our destination, I remember saying, what did I get myself into? I was in a new territory, and but I'm so happy that I was able to go on this journey. 2 years of my life as a graduate student. I had my daughter out in Indiana. Both my husband and I, we grew, and we really grew and found our niche and our support system. And so if you all have a chance and opportunity to travel, a big thing for me is travel, because it really opens up your eyes to the different ways of living. And also employers love to see that, being able to, you know, plop yourself into a new culture, into a new environment and thrive. It's, you know, you're able to be flexible and go with the flow. And so traveling is something that I love to do. And I really appreciate being able to learn about different cultures and whatnot. And just to share a little bit about myself too, about my dream job. So when I was an undergraduate student, because my EOP advisor took care of me, I wanted to be an EOP advisor. And so I remember clearly standing in the cooperage, which is one of the spaces that we have large events on campus. And I saw myself as an EOP advisor. And lo and behold, after graduate school, I graduated in 2010. In 2014, I got to live my dream job as an EOP advisor. And so I just, again, you know, I love being able to do what I do. And it's a lot of, it's a lot of heart work and hard work, I like to say. There's a lot of love and care and support that I put into it, you know, for my students, because I believe in all of you. And sometimes we have the imposter syndrome, meaning, you know, it's like, well, I don't even know if I'm ready for college. I don't know if I'm ready for this job, etc. That self-doubt. Sometimes we have that, right? And so I'll be here to support you, to listen to you, to help guide you, and to help challenge you step out of your comfort zone. Okay. So these are just some photos that I just want to share with you. On the right-hand side, you see this is pretty much my full immediate family. So we've got my parents, my siblings, my nieces, my nephews. Everyone is here. Besides my husband, he is kind of a low-key type of guy, and so you won't see a lot of pictures of him. On the top left hand, these are my children. So Bella is 11, so I have a middle schooler now. She's going into 6th grade, and here in Katati Roanoke Park, they start middle school at 6th grade. I have my middle child, Vincent, who is going into third. Oh my gosh, he's going into 4th grade. He just finished 3rd grade. And then my toddler, who you all met yesterday, Leo, aka Sonic, who is 3 years old. So the kids are, we took them to a children's museum, and Vincent got a scorpion lollipop, and Bella got some larva Cheeto stuff. My EOP family here on the left side, you know, we have fun. We work hard and we play hard. So just wanted to show the love for my EOP family and my SSU family here. One of my proudest moments is being able to support my students and see them graduate. So on the left-hand side here, this is me, a picture with my 5 students who they all started out as summer bridge attendees, and they graduated last year in 2019. And so it was just amazing. So once you graduate from Sonoma State, you will receive that light blue EOP cord. And we have a big EOP celebration I've been the lucky one to be able to court our students. And so just this is something that you all can look forward to. And then for me, also on the top right-hand side, these are my daughter is the third from the left, and so I'm Hmong, and so that's my ethnicity. I do have a mixed family, and so for myself, I'm Hmong. My husband is Native American, Indigenous, European, Latinx, and so our kids are a little bit of everything. And so for the holidays, we have the traditional Thanksgiving foods, as well as the Hmong foods. So you've got egg rolls and different stir-fry dishes. And then also we've got the tamales, we've got the pozole. And so there's a little bit of everything, that I'm a part of with my family. And then on the right-hand side, this is me prior to graduation for my graduate degree. And so I'm just really proud to be able to have to earn my master's degree here. Okay. So my role as an EOP advisor, what can you expect from me as your EOP advisor? Okay, so again, I'm here to support my students in their growth and development, finding your gift and your passion. I'm here to also challenge my students to stretch out of their comfort zone. And so it's a balance of that support and challenge of how can I support you? And then when you're having that self-doubt, or you're not kind of sure where to go, we'll talk about strategies. How do you move forward? How do you grow? And so sometimes, you learn best when you are out of your comfort zone. So I say stretch out of your comfort zone so that you're able to grow, okay? And I know that some of you are coming from Southern California, Central California, Northern California, and in your hometown here too in Sonoma County. And so, thank you for stretching out of your comfort zone and, coming here to Sonoma State in this new environment. I'm a generalist. I know a little bit about a lot of things on campus. In my role as an EOP advisor, it's important for me to know a lot about or a little about a lot of things so that I can help best support you as a student. And if I don't know, then I'm going to go look for the answer and or I'm going to refer you to the experts in the different particular fields, okay? Life coach, you have a thought partner, you have someone to listen and someone to care. I met with a couple of students yesterday, and when we are meeting one-on-one in our meeting times, this is really your time able to share with me whatever it is that you want to talk about. It could be about academics. It can be about just life or things you're going through. It doesn't have to be just about academics. And so again, and I tell my students, as your EOP advisor, I will always be here for you. Even after you graduate, I still connect with students after graduation and, just check in with them. How are you doing? What's your next step in life? Because I care, it's not just, oh, you're here. You hear a saying for EOP, once EOP, always EOP. You do not have to reapply to EOP. You are EOP for life, okay? And I'm here to help guide you in your journey at SSU, all right? And I did see some, I think I saw some chats. So that's just a little bit about me and my role as EOP. And yes, and my kids, you'll hear from time to time, my kids, in the background. Sometimes my little one will come knocking on the door. And so he may join at times. The older two, they are kind of self-sufficient and kind of do their own thing. They're big into Roblox and so they keep busy with Roblox and the Xbox. Okay. Kirsten had asked me, Khou, have you read the book called The Spirit Catches You When You Fall? Kirsten, I have tried to read that book multiple times. I'm on like probably chapter 1 still. It's pretty dense, that first chapter with medical terminology. And so I think I just have to try to get past that. It's there, it's on my bookshelf. Okay. So any questions for me as just kind of as my journey, or questions about you, me as your EOP advisor? No? Okay. And then I also do want to note that sometimes, you know, I'm your EOP advisor. You can connect and meet with another EOP advisor, which is fine. And let's say if you've connected with someone and you're like, I really, have this connection with with another EOP advisor, then, you know, that's totally fine. You know, we've had students who connect with other advisors, and so that's fine. And we also have students who, well, I'm their main advisor, they go to all other advisors, which is totally fine too. You know, again, our goal and our role is, you know, to support our students, and so just want you all to also know that. Okay. Alrighty, so let's have you all go into breakout rooms. Okay, so I'm going to do a breakout room and put you all, let's see, let me put you all in groups of 3 or 4. And I'm going to ask that you share your name, your pronoun, and pronouns are, this may be new to some folks, this may be not new to some folks. So pronoun is just how do you identify, right? For me, my pronouns are she, her, hers. Some folks say she, her, hers, ella. You know, they, them, he, him, his. So that's where the pronoun is. And then share with your group what your favorite Nickelodeon character is. And I also like you to talk about what would you like to get out of summer bridge. What are your hopes and what are your fears for college? I'm curious to know. And then, so I'll go ahead and do a random breakout room, okay? And then you all can talk about that and get to know each other, all right? So we'll do that for the next 5 minutes and then I'll bring you all back. So let's see here. I will do it automatically. Do 5 rooms, okay? And Kirsten and Vanessa, feel free to join in on a breakout room if you'd like to, or you can stay with me, okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to open all the rooms, and then what you'll do is you should get a message that comes up, and then click on join, okay? And please do also turn on your videos as well if you're able to. Thank you. Okay, and go ahead and click join. see. Was this the first time that you all did a breakout room? Have you done a breakout room before? Give me a thumbs up if you've done a breakout before. You can, on the bottom right-hand side, you'll see reactions. Okay, nice. All right. Okay, I think everyone is back in our main room. So let's hear from each group. If someone can share with us, what were some of those hopes and fears you talked about, and anything else that came up in your breakout session. And if you can also say your name and your hometown and your pronouns, that'd be great, please. Thank you. We had 4 breakout rooms. I think we had 5 breakout rooms. I can stop popcorn. I can start popcorning.
I'll go.
Thank you, Dylan.
What was the question though?
Aha, your name, your pronouns, hometown, and what did you and your group, what are some things that came up in your group that you talked about?
Oh, my name's Dylan Galvez. My hometown is Azusa, California. It's actually by LA County. A lot of people don't know about it. Some things that popped up in my on a group was SpongeBob, or like some fears also, like being alone once they arrive to college, or like trying, or them not being included in like activities and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Dylan. I know I was talking to some students yesterday, and a big piece for you all as first-time freshman students is that building your new support network, right? Not just your professional student success team, but also your peer group too. And so that's a really big thing. And so I just want to reiterate and just know that you all here as cohort 5, you all have each other. And so please feel free to reach out, connect with each other. And I know that there's some of folks in here who are a little bit more extroverted, where you bring people together, and others who are maybe a little bit more shy. And so connect with each other, engage with each other. I know this virtual setting makes it a little bit different. I'm just going to say different for us in ways of engagement, but I know that there's ways that we can have fun and connect with each other via virtual. Thank you so much, Dylan, for sharing. So we have so SpongeBob with some favorite characters, being alone, and okay, perfect. All right, Dylan, what group was? Do you remember what group your section was? Your breakout was? And it's okay if you don't.
Like the people that was with me, or?
Yeah, did it tell you like breakout 1, breakout 2? It's okay. That's fine.
Oh,
We don't have to do
yeah,
that.
I don't remember.
Okay. Next group. Let's have someone from the next group share, please.
I'll go.
All righty. Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia.
Could you repeat the questions though?
Yeah, so your name, pronouns, your hometown, and then what did you discuss in your group about favorite characters, fears, and hopes?
Okay, well, I'm Cynthia Mota. I'm from Richmond. And something we discussed, well, what I said was that what I hope to get out of EOP is to actually like meet all of y'all, like face to face, and to like make new friendships.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Cynthia. So again, that connection piece, right? Being able to connect with each other. I'm curious to know, go ahead and do a reaction with a thumbs up. How many of y'all are planning on living on campus in fall semester? Because I know that you had that option. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of y'all, including Kirsten, will plan to live on campus. So that's good. That's really great to know. So that you all, while we're still shelter in place, once you move on campus, I'm sure that you'll be able to connect in person. So that's great. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Cynthia. Next group.
Okay, I was in group 4 and my name's Kalani. I'm from San Francisco. I go by she, her, and hers. And one of like a common fear among my group was like failing their classes in college. And like one of our hopes was to like get out our comfort zone and make new friends and meet new people.
Thank you, Kalani. Appreciate it. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of comfort zone. Just to let you all know, I love taking notes just because there's so much information that goes, that comes in to be shared with me and also goes out. So I love taking notes. And so that's why I'm just writing down what you all are saying. So thanks again for sharing, Kalani. Awesome. I think we have 2 more groups remaining. And because I'm looking at Tucker, did your group already go?
Yeah, Kalani was in my group.
Oh, okay, perfect. What about Celine? Is it Celine or Selena?
Celine.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Dylan was in my group.
Oh, okay. Popcorn. Sandra? Did your group go?
I think so. I think Cynthia was in my group.
Oh, okay. Come on, someone help me out here. Carla, did your group go?
No, mine didn't go.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Carla.
My name's Carla Cortez, and my pronouns are she, hers, and her. My hometown is Santa Rosa. And something we talked about in my group was we all hope to like succeed and do our best in this program. And yeah.
Thank you, Carla. What high school did you go to, Carla?
Montgomery High School.
Awesome. That's where my husband went to high school. Yay. Perfect. Thank you so much, Carla. And our last group, can I have someone share from our last group, please?
I'll go.
Thank you, Jose.
Okay, so my name is Jose Quiroz. I'm from Napa, California. My pronouns are he, his, and him. And some fears we talk about in our group were like fear of like procrastinating. And one of my fears was like not having enough money to like pay for college and like time management, like between school and like work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's all those things are so very valid, right? You know, how do you juggle and manage all the different responsibilities that you have? I know as a college student, I was always working between 2 to 3 jobs, along with my student leader positions and also holding a full-time academic load, right? And so as you plan and get to find what your groove is, and what works for you, and fine-tuning it, I'm sure you will find that. And so thank you. And then we have our leaders, Kirsten and Vanessa, who's been in it too. And so really look for them to help to guide you as well. You know, what are some tips and tricks that have helped them as they have juggled between working and, you know, going to school full time. Full time, for all of you here to get your full financial aid package, that is 12 units. You need to be at a minimum of 12 units to get your full financial aid package. And later on this week, we will talk about your financial aid award, and also the what does it cost to attend Sonoma State as a student if you're living on campus, off campus, at home with your parents. So we'll delve deeper into that so that you all can get to know what does that look like for you. Do you have to pay out of pocket? Do you have to take student loans out, or do you get a refund, right? So we'll, you know, delve deeper into that. Thank you so much, Jose. Appreciate it. All right. So one thing that I like to do is I want to make sure that I'm on track, and so I want to be mindful of our time. We do have 6 minutes left, and I still have stuff on my agenda to talk about with you all. So just a quick reminder, as far as our one-on-one advising meetings, so the expectation is that I would like for you all to meet with me at least once during summer bridge. And so I will go ahead and put this into our chat box so that you can sign up. Please sign up by 3 p.m. today. I have different days and times throughout this week and next week. So again, this is our time to get to connect with each other. You know, you'll be able to ask me questions pertaining to your situation. I'll ask you questions on getting to know you more. There are 20 minutes, in between 20 to 30 minutes. If I don't have a student waiting, then you know, it can be longer. And so again, please sign up by 3 p.m. today, okay, for our advising. It could be today. I do have spots today, or it can be the next couple of days or next week, all right? Awesome. So I do see some students already on there. Thank you for going in. Let's see here. And as an EOP student, we do have expectations of you all as far as being a part of our program. So I'm going to pull up our EOP agreement just so that you can see what it looks like. And what will happen is from here, we will then, let me see, let me make sure I pull up the right one. Apologies. What we will do is similar to what we've done with the DocuSign for your media release form. We will send it via DocuSign to your SSU email. And then please fill it out before the end of summer bridge begins, okay? So that we have that and you understand what is expected of you, right? So let me pull that up. So here's the EOP first-time freshman agreement. So we'll have you put your name, your student ID. Please get to know your SSU ID. That is a way that we can make sure that when advisors or staff, faculty are going into your account, that it's the correct student. We have students who have the same name, you know, first and last name. So the EOP, you know, we provide comprehensive advising and other support activities to facilitate your academic success, career success, and graduation from the university. Within this framework, EOP provides additional support which addresses the issues faced by students from low-income family backgrounds. This may include an EOP grant if you meet campus financial requirements. And so most of all of our EOP first-time freshmen will receive the EOP grant, which is a $1,000 grant to help to support your your journey at Sonoma State. And I'm going to ask Kirsten and Vanessa if you can admit the student who joined in. That'd be great, please. So I talked about a little bit about this already. So the EOP advisors, what do we do, right? You know, we help you learn about SSU and university life, career opportunities, understand the academic policies and procedures. We're here to advocate for you and basically, you know, show you the ropes, right, of being a college student and helping to support you in that. We refer you to different departments. We help you with your degree planning to make sure that you're not left behind and that you're on track to graduate. Understanding financial aid obligations and understand how to proceed if you are experiencing academic difficulties, all right? So as students, we are expecting you to keep your mailing address, your home address, your cell phone up to date in PeopleSoft. Check your SSU email at least once a day. This is Sonoma State's main way of communication, as well as EOP. You all will be added to what we call an EOP listserv. And so the listserv is a way that we connect with all of our EOP students. So you'll receive, sometimes it's a daily or weekly emails through the EOP listserv. And it's information that we want to make sure that it goes out to all of our students. Set up your voicemail if you haven't already done so with your cell phone. Check your voicemail messages from SSU and EOP. You will have to-do items on your My SSU, so please make sure you complete that. You know, we want to make sure that you complete Summer Bridge successfully. Upon successful completion, you will earn 1 unit toward your bachelor's degree, which is amazing. We do expect that you meet with me, your EOP advisor, once a month. So this will be for check-ins, making sure that you're doing well, any concerns, issues. It's an opportunity for us to connect on a regular basis. So for fall semester, you'll meet with me once in September, once in October, and then once in November, okay? And that's the minimum requirement for fall semester. I've had students who meet with me once a week, or come in multiple times a week. So it's really dependent upon you. And my thing that I share with my students is, I don't know how to support you if I don't know what's going on. And so in our meetings, sometimes I may ask you questions about, oh, tell me more about this. It's intrusive advising because I want to get to know what's going on so I can best help support you, okay? And I talked about this, enroll in and complete 12 units each semester so that you can comply with your financial aid obligations. Majority of you will be in University 102, and so we'll have you take that for fall and spring. And the expectations for you to pass with a C or better. You're encouraged to meet with your major faculty advisor and EOP advisor to review course selection prior to registration. So as an EOP advisor, I'm here to support you throughout your full journey at Sonoma State. And then you also have, if you're a declared major, let's say if you're a psychology major, you also have a psychology faculty advisor who will support you as well, okay? And so I have students who meet with me, and then they meet with their major advisor, and just to get different perspectives and make sure that they're on track for their degree and major. If a student finds himself on academic probation, so that's anytime you fall below a 2.0 GPA, then you're required to meet with me, and we'll come up with strategies on, you know, to get you back into academic standing. Your goal, again, 2.0 is you're in the green, all right? If you're below 2.0, then that gets a little bit murky, and I don't want that to affect your financial aid, okay? And so we want to make sure that you're in good standing. However, I also understand that things happen, right? And I'll share with you all, I've been on academic probation as an undergraduate student. It was not good. I was going through a lot during my undergraduate career. And for me, it was a wake-up call for myself, telling myself, like, you know I can do better than that. So again, by meeting on a regular basis with me, checking in, how are your academics going? Research shows that as you connect with an advisor, the students who connect with an advisor on a regular basis tend to do better, okay? So I just want to share that with you. We have Rodney Strong Pathways programs where we host different workshops. And so the expectation is to attend at least one each semester, okay? That might look a little bit differently for the academic year for fall, especially since we're remote, but there is that expectation there. And we have the EOP civility statement where as a member of the EOP community, you agree that you reject all forms of prejudice, discrimination, or targeting of others. And I pledge to treat all people with respect, including those whose beliefs, abilities, religion, culture, color, race, sexual identity, national origin, or other characteristics are different from my own. It is my responsibility if I experience or observe this kind of negative activity to report it to EOP staff promptly so we can create a welcoming community for all of our students. Okay, so please do connect with me if you experience it yourself or you are seeing that someone's not abiding to our EOP stability standards. If you are finding yourself, whether students are graduating or transferring or taking a leave of absence, then communicate that with me, and then notify the EOP admissions coordinator should you become aware of anything which may affect your admission status to Sonoma State. You need to report any changes to your spring schedule and or grades. If granted EOP admissions special admissions slot, you agree to adhere to the EOP special admissions student contract. And so again, if you have any concerns about how you ended your high school career, please communicate with Jesus and myself just so that we know how to best support you. Okay, we do have those special EOP admissions slot. Things happened, the pandemic happened, which changed the course of some of our students' academic career. And then you'll sign, and if you're a minor still, we'll have your parents sign as well. And then I'll go ahead and sign and also date it. So I know that's a really quick snapshot of the EOP first-time freshman, first-time first-year agreement. I just want to make sure that I went through that with you. And then today, for your on your own time, we'll be having a EOP program specific. Learn more about EOP. We just celebrated our 50th year anniversary, and it's really important for me to and EOP to share with you all why it's important to understand the history, right? It's important to understand the history. EOP came about because of students, student activism in the 1960s. Without their advocacy, their protesting, just like what you're seeing today, in the media, in the news, what's happening in our local hometowns, they wanted to create access for students of color, for people of low-income backgrounds. And so without our trailblazers, we wouldn't be here today. So please do watch the 2 videos and learn about more about EOP services. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just stop there. Just another reminder, today we have our Latinx student mixer, and so this will you'll get a chance to meet folks, faculty, students from across campus who are here to welcome you to Sonoma State. And so if you identify as someone in the Latinx community or an ally, you can feel free to join today, and that's from 1 to 2 p.m. Okay, I'll put the Zoom link in there so you can copy that. It's also in our Canvas page. And someone had asked, what is PeopleSoft? So you'll hear the term PeopleSoft, MySSU. Basically, that PeopleSoft is the platform when you log in to your SSU account, okay? And so that's what holds all the information, the student records, and the schedule of classes, etc. So thank you so much for asking that question. All right, you all. Well, I think what we'll do is Sunil, Professor Sunil Tiwari is here. So and also Jen. And if you want to take a quick restroom break and then come back, I will go ahead and do the main host, give off the main host to our professors. And thank you so much for joining me today for our online advising session. Okay. Sunil or Jen, who would like to be made the host? Does it matter?
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I was just wondering who should I make the host, Jen or Sunil?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
are we both on here?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I just want to make sure before I leave, I give you that
Morning.
host. Good morning.
Is it
Okay.
possible for you to make both of us hosts?
Yes, actually, yes. You both of you are.
That would make
Both
more
of
sense for him to be a host because he has. Wait, it's combined.
yes. So once I leave, then someone will be made the main host. But both of you have that co-host feature. Okay. So I'll go ahead and leave. Alrighty.
Yeah, one question I have. If I'm not the host, then during my session, I won't be able to send a student in different rooms. I need here and there breakout rooms for them to discuss and come up with something.
Yeah, so Sunil, right now Jen is the host, and then once you have your session, because you're having your session at 11 a.m. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yes. So then Jen will go ahead and make you the main host,
Okay.
and once you're the main host, then you will be able to do the breakout sessions.
Oh,
So I can make
that's
him a
great.
main host now, though.
Yeah, I think
And I won't have
yeah.
to-
Let's go ahead and do that. Yes, thank you.
Great, thanks. How do we do that?
If you click on participants,
Uh-huh.
what will show, you'll see on the right-hand side, and you'll see that you're the host, Jen, and then Sunil is the co-host. Hover over Sunil, and then you should see an option that says more. And then
Okay.
from there, you can make him host.
Oh, okay. So if we're co-hosts, it means we both can share our screen. So it makes sense to do co-host if we're back to back.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone will
Okay.
always be the main host.
Okay.
And so if you want to give Sunil that main host right now, you'll still be a co-host, Jen.
Okay.
And so that Sunil doesn't have to worry about, once you end your combined session.
Okay. It says you're the host now.
Oh, okay. Let me make Sunil the main host.
Okay.
Okay, Sunil, you're going to be the main host.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you. And so, Sunil, you should be able to see the breakout.
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay, perfect. All righty. I'm going to hop off. Have a wonderful academic session, you all.
Thank you.
All right.
Jen and Sunil, so nice to see you. Take care.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh,
How y'all doing? Thumbs up?
yep.
Or this is the side, like meh, and then there's always like that. But I don't know if we have those sideways options for the thumbs on Zoom. They need to add that. Okay, we got some thumbs up, good. Excellent. All right. Well, it's hard to know if everyone's in the house because I know everyone had a little break. We've been breaking for, what about, was it been 8 minutes or so? Okay, maybe give it another 2 minutes because I'm starting to see people pop on.
I know Khou went over Zoom etiquette in the last part of her advising session. So I would just like to remind all the students that if you can, please turn on your cameras so we can see you, interact with you. This is a safe place. So, yeah.
And you get to play with fancy backgrounds and whatnot.
Yeah, like me.
Exactly. You can upload your own too. I did this for graduation when I was on the last day of my class with my students. I put a big graduation banner behind me and try to make it look, celebratory. You can transport yourself somewhere else on the planet, like Florida yesterday. For Dr. Truari. Well, let's get started then. So welcome to day 2. Woohoo! And so today we get to have, we have a chance to get to know each other even more and using your free write as a way for us to do that. And so before we get into the agenda, I just wanted to make sure that if you had any trouble submitting your homework on Canvas, just to email me. Like if for some reason there's a problem with the link, just as soon as you notice that problem, email me. And if it's for the reading and writing homework. And I'm going to put my information is on the syllabus, and I'm also going to put it in the chat box again. But it's my last name, Johnson, Johnsson, JE@sonoma.edu. Just in case this is being recorded and the chat isn't being recorded because I'm not sure about the settings. So just please, if you had any trouble, email me now or email me after this class rather. And then from this time forward, whenever you notice if there's any issues, just email me right away with your submission of your homework. Are there any questions about that? Just homework submission? All right. And I can't see everybody here. So in the event that there is someone that's like nodding their head or shaking their head, I might need to have that in the chat. And if we could have maybe some of our bridge leaders just kind of monitor the chat to make sure that we're not missing something. Is that cool? Thank you all, Kirsten and Vanessa, appreciate y'all. And and it's okay. And if you're having some problems with receiving the, well, sometimes the internet connectivity can be sacrificed if you have your video on. You can, and if that's the case for you, then you can turn your video off and then maybe turn it back on just to troubleshoot it. And if it still doesn't work, then maybe just find some nice avatar or picture of yourself that you can put in place of your video, just as an alternative. Because I know that that's happened to a couple people before, and that's happened to me. And sometimes I can just turn off my video, then turn it back on, and it resolves the issue. So you could just try a couple different things. I just noticed that in the chat box. And so then, so we have the deeper introductions, and then we'll look forward to tomorrow and what we're going to be doing in terms of our discussion, and then starting to get into thinking about annotations and essay writing. So I was going to see if there's anyone that wanted to start us off, but I'm more than happy to do it too, because I wrote as well and reflected on education and what it meant to me so that you could get to know me better as well. So is there someone who wanted to go first, or I could certainly set it off? And it's really just reading a little bit of what it is that you want us to know about you. And you could read directly from what it is that you submitted, or you could just summarize it too and paraphrase that. Either way is fine. So it's just to use what you wrote yesterday as inspiration, as that jumping off point. Which is, okay, well, how about I share? I'll start it off. So I'm modeling it first for you. So that's kind of a teacherly move. I do, then you do. And so here it is. And no disclaimers. First of all, that doesn't matter. You know, you write what you write, and you can share it and feel completely okay about it. And we're all in the same boat together. So I have one friend that says, "You're so effing lucky to have heard this." And she doesn't censor herself when she says it. And that's her way of prefacing whenever she shares any of her writing. I think it's pretty bossy. So, all right. So, Tinos, 12-point font. Write 5 pages of whatever I want. No time to write all that I need. Got deadlines and need to behave. So I started reflecting on education. What is the big idea? The big idea assumed to be ideal. An ideal not in quotes, but for liberation. Because if we sleep, the results equal Lauren's miseducation and the failure of a nation to be about freedom. Which made me reflect on my kindergarten education. My eyes darted back and forth between Mr. Washington and the clock. Saw his lips moving, but no sound came out, drowned by the clock ticking, anxiously awaiting, respectfully, for my Black kindy teacher to shout out, "It's time." It was a big day for us kindergartners. We finally got student council representation, because how could shared governance leave out the youngest? Our Lady of the Lake Catholic School in Seattle, K through 8th grade. I thought, if we were supposed to ask, what would Jesus do? It would never be real, never enough, unless we were trusted enough to begin with, to walk the talk. Our day had come. As the clock's feet landed on the magic number, Mr. Washington told me it was time. I was dismissed, released to represent our kindy's best interests. Welcome to the land of participatory democracy. I was pumped, proud, exuberant. Along with the reps from the other grades, I filed into the library for a council meeting. The first order of business, the toilet paper is inadequate. Older kids yelling, the TP like donut wrappers. We can't learn under these oppressive conditions. Me, this must be first world problems. Eyes wide, I stared at all of them. Is this politics? Our most important business? The debate went on for what felt like days, gave way to pave the path to disillusionment. Later concretized when I was 19 at Santa Cruz. I concluded like young MC, time to bust a move, not toward but away. Didn't think I could instigate change that way, but I was lost and it was a blessing. Took long enough to realize, like God writes straight through crooked lines, that's how I came to ethnic studies. Saw the prison industrial complex sacrificing our children's education, their current and future brilliance. And that is when I made my decision. That's when I became a teacher. So that's a little bit about me, my background, kind of just when I was younger, and started my 21 years now teaching. So I began teaching in Richmond, California, which is why I was giving the shout out to Richmond yesterday. I was working at Kennedy High School and Richmond High School. So, yeah. So how about we popcorn it again today? I will popcorn it to Esmeralda. Esmeralda. Is that right? Esmeralda? Or Esmeralda,
Yes,
right?
that's how you say it. Or you can say Esme.
I know that you said the shortcut yesterday, but.
Yeah. Let me just pull it up real quick.
Okay. And you could read just an excerpt. That was just an excerpt from what I wrote.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna just read a little paragraph from my little writing. All right. So I wrote a poem called Who Is She? And here it goes. She is the blood, sweat, and tears of her people, screaming under the crack of the whip for the promise to be equal. The modern day prison system is only slavery's sequel, lynched, murdered, and beaten in the streets. Mothers wept in defeat as children hung like strange fruit from branches of tall trees, marching in the streets of Salem for the messages of liberty to repeat, taken as slaves to work for the white man's wage, never being able to enjoy the fruits of her labor that her people have paved, breaking into song in hopes that one day the long-awaited notes of freedom will play. Discrimination will be displayed for the rest of the world to see the hate running deep within the white man's veins. Yeah, that's just the little paragraph I wrote. I kind of shared you. Thank you. I kind of shared with you guys like my mixed background. I was hecka sad to see all those twos, but you know it's okay. But yeah, I'm really passionate about education and like being first generation and just coming from nothing really, from humble beginnings. My grandmother was an immigrant from Guadalajara, Mexico. My grandfather on that side, same from Mexico, and then on my other side of the family, it's my Black side, and like which I don't know much of because it was stripped away from me, like through like the system, you know. So I'm just trying to go to college and get my degree. I'm actually majoring in criminal justice. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you. That was powerful. That was powerful. Yeah. Do you want to popcorn it over to someone else? Whew.
Oh, okay. Let me choose. Let's see. Jose. Yeah.
I'm trying to look for my paper. Give me a second. Okay. So I'm gonna read a little bit about me and where I came from. So here it starts like this. My name is Jose Quiroz. I was born on May 17, 2002 in La Piedad, Michoacan, in Mexico. Even though I was born in La Piedad, I live in a rural town called Churincio for 6 years of my life. and I always thought that I would be living there, but life had some erratic changes for me. The first one occurred on December 2008 when my family obtained residency to the United States, and I had to leave my plans, possessions, and everything I knew. After this, a few months later, my father died, and this whole thing changed my life and hit me so hard, but made me a stronger person. And I was eager to do everything in my power to keep on moving forward. Let me see. Dedicated, determined, and strong-minded because of all this happened. And I believe that education is an opportunity to embrace and expand our skills. And we need to take advantage of all the opportunities we have and that are presented to us to make the world and a better place for us and for the people around us.
Nice. Thank you. I'm snapping it up. I'm sure that your dad is really proud.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll popcorn to Celine.
I have like a simple small paragraph. So my name is Celine. I was born and raised in Lebanon and moved to the United States in my junior year of high school. The most important people in my life are my grandma, who is still in Lebanon, and my mom, who I currently live with. I love going on walks and being outside on some days, and others I like to stay home and binge watch movies or TV shows. And I popcorn to Olivia.
Thank you.
All right, so I couldn't actually pull up my paragraph. I couldn't find it. But I just like talked about like my background in like Humboldt County and like how there's like, I don't know, you come to Humboldt County and there's like a lot of homelessness and like drug abuse. So I was like talking about like that and like how like I am to like come out of that and like continue my education and like, I don't know, like make my parents proud, I guess. And then I basically like talked about what Jose said too with like, I don't know, like, what was it? Sorry. Like taking advantage of like the opportunities that I'm receiving. And I basically talked about like having, like always having like amazing like faculty behind me to like support me. And yeah. That's all I got. And I guess I'll popcorn to Kaylani.
Thank you, Olivia.
Yeah.
So I wrote that I'm from San Francisco, California. The most important people in my life are my family, especially my grandma. One of the things I love to do is bake and take road trips with my friends. One of my most prized skills is my ability to communicate in 4 different languages: English, Spanish, American Sign Language, and Chinese. My favorite subjects in high school were psychology and English. I had the grand opportunity to attend Sonoma State, so that means I can pursue my passion to help others and become a pediatrician. The classes that I'm excited to take would be psychology or biology. As for the activities, I'm excited to participate in clubs and organization and events.
Nice.
And I will popcorn to Tucker.
My name's Tucker. I'm from San Marcos, California, which is in San Diego County. Some of my hobbies are cooking and mountain biking. I really enjoy watching movies, TV shows, and attending conventions. Coincidentally, I work at the movie theater. My favorite subjects in high school are math and history. A couple fun facts about me is that I've been hit by a car and I've had surgery on my arm to remove a tumor. And I'm excited to meet new people and develop new relationships at Sonoma.
Thank you, Tucker.
Popcorn to Dylan.
Okay, my name is Dylan Galvez. I currently live in the city of Azusa, located in the county of Los Angeles, California. I lived in Tijuana, Baja California for 11 years. I came to the United States when I was 12 years old. Some of the most important people in my life are my aunt, grandparents, and family in general. They have helped me succeed and be the person I am today. I enjoy listening to music at all times, as well as going on long bike rides and adventures. I like creating new memories and making new friends. Sorry, this is a little weird. um, Education has always been the key to success for the family and for myself. The more educated you get, the more windows and doors you open yourself to the real world. As I went through high school, I got to study different subjects, for example, math, English, history, and physics, biology, and other subjects. Out of all these subjects, I could definitely say that my favorite were math, science, and physical education. Sorry. Now, after accomplishing these 4 years of high school, I am excited and proud to say that I will be heading up north to Sonoma State University, where I will spend another 4 years educating myself to be successful in the adult world. I am also anxious to get to take all those science and classes labs that relate my major. As time to start college gets closer, I am preparing myself to achieve a couple goals that I have in mind. Some of these goals are getting back into my fitness life, making new friends, creating new connections, and exploring the world. I am really excited and hoping to learn about the diversity of clubs, organizations, fraternities, and other amazing organizations that exist in the Sonoma State County, and really look forward to participating in as many as possible. Educating to me means key to success. Key to success. This means that as more educated as a person gets, the more open windows and doors, like mentioned, you're able to open for yourself as we go through the real life. I think college will prepare me and make me the successful person that I can be and have a better way of living. It will give me an unforgivable experience and will make friendships that remain forever. Sorry, I kind of can't see any of my classes, but I can find them.
You're good. You're good. No worries. Thank you. Thanks, Dylan. Do you want to tap someone in? Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, I've popcorn to Benito.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. My name is Benito Sanchez. I was born and raised in Napa, California. And if we look back at my childhood, I felt like I always had everything I've ever wanted. My dad always is, I never saw him very often, but when he did appear back from work really late, I would see him and he would always be happy. I would be happy. Everything, I had everything. I had clothes, water, food, shelter. I had everything I ever needed. And back when I was young, my dad taught me how to play guitar. And I feel like that played a large role back when I was a kid. First learning discipline, and then learning to have fun while still being productive. During my junior year of high school, I didn't. During my junior year of high school, I first wanted to go into the culinary arts because I had a passion for cooking. But my dad thought that was, a little more unstable than choosing something that would be where the future is, computer science. So to make my dad happy, since he's provided everything I've ever had, I decided to go into the computer science field. And he gave me the option of becoming a freelancing artist, like a freelancing IT specialist. But obviously that won't be where I'm going. But I feel like that's what made me me. I made my dad play a large role in my childhood, and his days are running low. So I'm gonna try my best to make him proud as my one goal in life so far. Thank you.
I'm sure he is. Benito, thank you so much.
I'm gonna popcorn to Carla.
My name is Carla Cortez, and I'm 17 years old. My birthday is on July 24th, and I'm a Leo. Being a Leo represents strength, which depicts the divine expression of physical and mental emotional fortitude. Personally, I love to see people happy and help out others, and it makes me the happiest knowing I am capable of making a change in someone's life, but just asking how they are doing. Growing up as a child was very difficult for me because I went through so many family problems, but from all the problems I went through, I built up my characteristics. I saw the positive side out of everything, out of every negative thing that had happened. Fun fact about me is I was born in Santa Rosa, but I look a little Asian because of my small chinky eyes. I am very passionate about reaching my goals and dreams, and coming to college at Sonoma State University means the world to me because I am a first generation in my family and I want to make the best out of it. And I popcorn over to Tien.
My name is Tian. I wrote about that I lived in Oakland and how my family provided for me for my first 18 years, and going to college and getting a good education is a way for me to pay back. I popcorn to Joanna.
So I wrote about, let me pull it up. I wrote, my name is Joanna Angel and I am 17 years old. My birthday is in August 7. I am from Sonoma County, a little town called Healdsburg. It's like 30 minutes away from Sonoma State. I come from two immigrant parents who migrated from Mexico. In my free time, I like to go on hikes, be outdoors, and I love to do makeup. Throughout my life, I've gone through changes. For example, I became pregnant at 15. I am a single mom. However, that didn't stop me from continuing my dreams. I always persevere is my favorite word because ever since I became pregnant, a teen mom, just the word persevere and doing it has made me help me achieve my dreams and overcome many bumps along the road. For me, attending to Sonoma State is like a privilege because I will be the first person in my family to go to a 4-year university, which I will be first generation. My favorite subjects in high school were English, economics, chemistry, and statistics. The classes that I am most excited to take at SSU are English, human anatomy, and microbiology. And I am hoping to major in nursing. And I will popcorn to Sandra.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to get my. Okay, so I am Sandra Ayala Soto, and my name itself gives me an identity. I am an introvert, loud, sleepy, curious, and brutally honest person. As I turned 18 years old, I became more clueless and scared of the real world as I gained a new perspective as an adult. But no matter what, I will continue to be me. My best friends have always been my number one motivators from day one that I met them in high school and kindergarten. My mom, dad, and sister and close family members have always been supportive and respectful of this long journey I've been on. Um, and education to me is not just learning, but learning from different perspectives from your teachers, peers, and even yourself. Yeah. And I'll popcorn to Johnny.
Okay. My name is Johnny Aviles Hernandez. I was born and raised in the small town of Petaluma, which is in Sonoma County, all my life. And I was born, I was raised in a small apartment complex where I built relationships with friends that I know up to this day. And me and those people still have really strong bonds because we come from similar struggles. Um, to me, education is a stepping stone which leads to one of my life goals, which is becoming a nurse. Education is also an opportunity to learn, which I just love to do. And my favorite subjects in school were those that taught me about the human body and why it does what it does and how it works, like anatomy and physiology, psychology. And I'm most excited to be admitted into the nursing program where I'll actually learn necessary things in order to become a nurse. And I expect SSU to prepare me for a real job. For example, when applying to a nursing position, I want to feel confident and know that I'm the right person for the job. Thank you.
Thank you. You and Joanna and Kalani might cross paths then in the medical field.
Yeah, probably.
Nice, nice. My
I don't
neighbor's in the
really know
master's
who.
nursing program at Sonoma State and really likes it a lot. Just FYI for everybody.
Can't wait.
Who are you gonna call on, Johnny?
I'm not really sure who hasn't gone.
Let's see. We have Cynthia, Dylan. No, Dylan went. Gianluca, Giselle, any one of those. Jose already went.
Cynthia?
Well, I'm Cynthia. I'm 18 years old, and I'm gonna say like what I put for education. So I said that education is important. Well, at least for me and in my community, because since we're like from a low income community, and we're always um we're always looked as like the minority group, coming like from a Mexican family. So being able to go to college, it's not something that everyone gets. It's not an opportunity for everyone. So me being able to go to college and just being first generation is important for me and like my peers, my family. Um, so yeah, I mean that's it. That's all I'm gonna share right now.
Thanks. Thank you, Cynthia.
I'll pass it to John Luca.
Hi, my name is Jamaica. I'm 18 years old, and I'm gonna read an excerpt from my paragraph on what I think education is. So, education. My whole life coming from an undocumented family, I have heard, get your education, it will make your life easier. You'll never have to work as hard as we do just to get by. For me, education is the key to the castle. in my eyes, getting an education is the only way. Is the only way that I can make an honest and good living. Having a higher education degree is the key to getting a good job and being able to live a happy life that my family worked for me to get.
Word. Thanks, Gianluca.
Who hasn't gone?
Giselle hasn't gone. And Kate, Sama.
To Giselle.
Okay, I'm gonna read just a little excerpt from what I thought education was. So since pre-K, I knew I was going to college. I knew I was supposed to go and that I would. I don't know why I had this mindset from such a young age, but I did, and I'm honestly so thankful for it because I come from a family that doesn't have any ideal role models. We are a conglomeration of teen pregnancies, drug and alcohol abusers, and the occasional gang member or affiliate. Don't get me wrong, I love my family, but if it wasn't for my grandma motivating me with her strong will and presence, or if it wasn't for my tia who gave us incentives for good grades and money for school supplies, or if it wasn't for my parents who tried to move us away from this environment, I don't know where I would be. Growing up, I was told education was the way out, and I believe it. I'm not going to say it was easy to get here because it most definitely wasn't, but I got here. Not many people in my family get to be in this position or even have half of the opportunities I have had in my lifetime. I am proud that this is where I ended up. I graduated from high school and will be attending Sonoma State, a 4-year university. I know college is going to be twice as hard, but I also know that it's going to be the best time of my life. Yeah.
Word. Thank you, Giselle.
Who hasn't gone yet?
Kate.
I'll popcorn to Kate.
I'm Kate. I'm from Santa Rosa, California, and the most influential people in my life are my family because they've always been there for me through everything I've been through, and I can always count on them. And then I love to read while listening to music because it helps me de-stress. And going to Sonoma State means that I'll have a better life that my parents never got the chance to have.
Thank you, Kate. Wendy and Salma are two that I've seen that we haven't gotten yet.
Popcorn Salma.
Okay, so hi, my name is Salma Torres, and I was born and raised in Portland, California.
Hey, Salma. We can't hear you very well. It's a little low.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Sorry, I'm outside. Okay, I'll start over. So my name is Salma Torres, and I was born and raised in Petaluma, California. And I'm very fortunate to have the support of both my parents and my younger sister. And I have struggled a lot academically, considering I'm a first-generation student. But thanks to my perseverance and dedication, I obtained excellent grades throughout all my school years. And although I had to work, I definitely had to work a little harder to get to where I wanted compared to other classmates who probably got things right away. And my strongest but not easiest subject in high school was math, which made it my favorite. And being able to attend Sonoma State is without a doubt a huge accomplishment. However, I like to think that it's a very small stepping stone on my walk to a better future.
Get it. Yes, nice. Thank you, Salma. We have two people left, Valerie and Wendy. And we offer bridge leaders and anyone else who's leading too. Valerie or Wendy?
I'll go.
Thanks, Valerie.
Furthering my education means so much to my parents and I, since they did not have the chance to continue their education because they immigrated to the United States at a young age and had to get a job. Also, my mom got pregnant at 17, so both my parents had a great responsibility at a young age. Attending Sonoma State University is a great opportunity for me to broaden my horizons and figure out what interests me career-wise. Also, it will help me become more social and less nervous when I meet new people or talk to crowds. I am a first-generation student, so I am a bit scared and nervous to go through this experience, but I cannot let fear stop me from achieving my dreams or making my parents proud. Regardless of all the emotions, I am excited to attend college and meet new people. Choosing Sonoma State University is the best decision I have made, and I am looking forward to become independent and social, achieving lots of goals and making lots of memories.
Thank you, Valerie. Nice. We have Wendy left and leaders. Leaders too.
I'll just popcorn to Wendy.
My name's Wendy Martinez. I'm 18. I was born in Watsonville, California. And to me, education's a big role. They've always, since growing up, my parents have always taught me how education is a big and it's an important tool. And it's also, it's something we shouldn't take for granted, because I know that, like in other places and countries, kids don't go to school and instead they're supporting their families. And for me, being able to get an education and my parents supporting me, it's a big deal, and also making them proud.
Thank you, Wendy. So much familial wealth in the house. Honestly, how many people have talked about that? And did Vanessa or Kirsten or Dr. Tiwari, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah,
Sure, I can share my story. Hello, everybody. Next hour, you are going to be with me. So instead of sharing my story there, it's a good idea to share right now. I was born in India, grew up in a very small village in India. You won't believe it. There was no running water or a road connecting to city. But we did have a school, a small school where all kids of my village, they went to school over there. And I was not good at soccer. I was really thin and not that strong. So I could not beat them in soccer, but for some reason I was good at math. So in the school, I was able to beat, solve the problems and impress them. I'm losing my thoughts because I'm going back to my childhood. And you can see my hair, it has been such a long time. And I hardly get to tell my story. So over there, what happened was in the village at the time, in fact, nationwide, they had a scholarship competition for village students. In fact, all students participated. I also did. And that brought me into a city, in the best school in the city. And I started going to school with all those rich and hip kids. Initially, I was a misfit. But again, over there, they were different class. I was different class. I was son of a farmer, and they were high-ranking officials. Kids were coming from that background. But I made my space there. I qualified in that scholarship exam. I came over here to big school, and then I started studying math. Now, how did I become math teacher? I must tell you. Whenever teachers assigned problems, I was able to do it, same day, all the homework. And students who were not able to do that and were my friends, I would explain to them on a blackboard. So that way I practiced it. It came naturally to me. I was really enjoying that. Standing in front of them on the blackboard and writing the solution to all those problems. And at that time, I realized I saw the reaction of those students, I realized that, hey, I'm doing this job really well. So one thing led to another. I went to even bigger city and finished my university education. And then I applied over here. I came as a student. And over here, I did my another master's and a PhD and came to Sonoma State. And since then, I have been here. If I were not a mathematics professor, I would have been a very good cook. So Tucker was talking about his hobbies, and he told that he loves cooking and he loves math. Then I realized that he's like me, but I am still waiting to be hit by a car. He did get hit by a car, and I have not been hit by a car yet. So that's my story. I will stop here.
I love it. Kirsten, Vanessa?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I decided I would say my free write just because y'all were so vulnerable with us. I would be vulnerable with y'all because this is a healthy environment. Also, if you hear background noise, I'm sorry, my family's home. Okay, I am Kirsten Miller. I'm a girl who lives in a small town on the coast of the California and Oregon border. I live 6 hours from Sonoma State University with my single mother and 2 brothers. I have a rooster, 20 chickens, and a cat. I'm the first person in my family to attend college. I have brown hair, blue eyes, and I'm 5'6". I like to longboard and watch the sunsets. Pink ones are my favorite. These are substandard facts about me that most people will know about me within 2 times of hanging out with me. But I am more than that. I am not the mental illnesses that plague my mind. I have to remind myself that I am not the girl with the eating disorders. I am not the girl with the depression and anxiety. I am not the girl with scars running up and down her body, making her unbeautiful. I often forget about these reminders, though. My memory is fading me as I lose sense of who I am. I cannot remember who I am with the side effects of disordered eating and body dysmorphia. My troubled existence has often had me question whether or not I am too far gone. Coming to Sonoma State University, though, has given pride in myself. I was the first one in my family to break the cycle of high school level education. I was the member of my family to receive a full ride due to academic merit, but FAFSA was always helpful. Coming to Sonoma let me leave the toxicity of the household I was living in and form a new family. It gave me adults who saw my potential when I couldn't and guided me to find it. EOP has taught me that while I still may struggle to fight my battles, that they are there with me.
Ooh, word. Thank you, Kirsten. Yes. Vanessa, are you interested in
Yeah,
sharing?
I'll share a little bit. Yeah, I pulled up an old essay that I wrote when I was applying to Sonoma State. It is, I have learned so much from my traumatic past and have now become a young adult who has a strong drive in succeeding. But I wouldn't be who I am today without surpassing a difficult obstacle that I could hardly manage at the time. What I'm trying to convey is that I am recovering from my traumatic past and turning into a young adult who is trying to do things for herself. I want to learn more than ever and prove my negative thoughts wrong. I see college as a new chapter in my life that I am ecstatic for. I do not see it as a drag. Instead, I think of my three simple wants. I want to learn, I want to succeed, and I want to achieve. Whenever I get a little blue, I know that I'm heading for something better. I am tired of letting myself be guided by my past. It is time for me to do something I truly want to do, and that would be going to a university and graduating. It might take me a while to reach my goal, and I might have to get through plenty more obstacles and challenges, but one way or another, I will graduate and I will continue to grow. Thank you.
Yay, thank you. Thank you all for sharing like yourselves, and reminds me of just how we're also dynamic as human beings, and we're always in a process of becoming, right? And Maxine Green talks about this, that we're always becoming, so that I hear it from everybody, this patience, this persistence, this love of family and community and friendships and drive. And so thank you all for sharing so much about yourself so that we can get to know each other more. And when we expose our humanity, it's how we can build our bonds even stronger and see that we're all connected and interdependent with one another. So thank you for all of that. Yeah, Hala. I'm gonna, I hope that if you don't mind, I might refer to the power of that vulnerability and that dedication to the practice of writing. I have a class later on with teachers, and I'd love to share that we all are, there's this dedication to education and just how powerful this free writing experience could be. And would that be okay? I won't mention any names or anything, but I just wanted to share at least that experience with them because I'm meeting them for the first time, and we're talking about the teaching of writing and becoming writers ourselves. So is that okay with anybody? So I can just like extol your virtues with teachers in the area? Awesome. So then the last thing that we have today, just real quick before we shift over to your next session, is just to talk about what the expectations are for this evening or up until when you turn in your assignment and to prepare for tomorrow. And we have there are 2 videos that are posted on Canvas, and they're going to introduce note-taking for discussion, how to annotate text, and how to take a real close read at a text. And one thing I'll just say whenever I'm thinking about reading anything is to first reading with the text to really understand what do you think that they're trying to say, and then being able to offer a critical perspective as well. But first trying to really dig deep in it, and sometimes that takes multiple reads. And just like when you're drafting a paper, the first draft is never what you'll end up with at the end, right? Same with reading. When we read some text, if we read it multiple times, then that really deepens our understanding of that text and how we feel about it and how we can integrate that into like how we move in the world and understand the world. And so think about maybe even reading something a couple times in order to get past that first draft that might be kind of a superficial read. Just a tip on reading. And so those 2 videos, you'll view those videos at Talk to Teachers, and that's based on James Baldwin's essay, and Dr. Patrick Johnson is leading that. And then there's also another video by Dr. Kim Hester Williams, and that will help you in facilitating the ideas around discussion points for tomorrow. You'll also read a guide that's the elements of annotating, and so it'll help you take notes on a particular document. And then you'll also read a Talk to Teachers by James Baldwin. And I really like that essay a lot. I think it's very instructive, and I've used it with a lot of teachers when I've trained them. And students love it too. And then you're going to develop notes for discussion for tomorrow around this, including key points from the text, from Talk to Teachers, important quotes that Baldwin is presenting you, providing some of your own analysis of that piece, and then any questions that you might ask your peers. And you'll submit these notes on Canvas for credit. In the event that you are taking your notes by hand, then you could take a photograph of your handwritten notes and then post those on Canvas as a picture that you embed. And then tomorrow we'll have a discussion of a Talk to Teachers, and I'll ask you to enter a question or topic in the group chat, and I'll refer back to this when the discussions get stuck, and then we'll start to introduce the essay prompt that you'll be looking at, and you'll have access to the library. And so that's just a sneak peek into tomorrow, but that's how the homework for tonight relates to our activities tomorrow. Are there any questions on the homework, on your mission for today, on your own time? I'm looking for any hands raised or anything in the chat. All right, well, give it up for yourselves. Yeah. I'll keep it going. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to leave you in the good hands of Professor Tawari, and I will see you later. And oh, if you want to come to my office hours too, then I will be there from 3 to 4. I just kind of keep it open, and you'll see my photograph on there, and I'm on mute because I'm listening to if anyone's going, because sometimes I'm just kind of moving around, but I'm paying attention if anyone's coming. Also, if you needed to schedule a particular time, feel free to email me that too. And reminder, last thing, just email me your homework if for some reason you had a problem submitting it on Canvas. And same thing with any homework in the future. All right, bye.
Bye. So everybody, do you need a break? A small break of, I don't know, 5 minutes?
5-minute break might be helpful.
Oh, okay. All right, let's meet at 11. What time is it right now?
11:03.
11:02 on my clock. So in 5 minutes, 11:07. Okay?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everybody. I'm pretty sure most of you are back. Some are still on break, I guess. You might want to turn your video on. And as I ask questions, you can use chat to answer, or you can just turn your audio on and speak. And I really don't like, in class setting, a quiet class. Now here, looks like everyone is quiet and I'm only just chatting away. All right. Let me ask you this. Did you guys watch the video last night? Let me turn the chat on so I can see what you are saying. Oh, you did. Good, good. Yeah, that reaction is great. That is what we are going to do. Okay. So, did you collect the data? You remember you had, oh, you did. All right. Tian, you did too. Tucker, you did too. All right. You guys did collect the data. What I want you guys to do is this. I'm going to, can I call on you? I mean, there is, I want to know what you have to say about, say, Jose. Jose, you watched the video, right?
Yes.
Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right. So you did watch the video, and in case who didn't, some of you might not have watched the video, let me tell you, it tells you how to meditate or how to do certain activity, and before the activity you have to kind of rate between 1 and 10 your mood, like are you happy or are you anxious. Angry is not there, but last year we did have that. We had 10 of those. This time we have only 4 things to rate. So prior to activity, when you collect the data, that is your baseline, meaning you just sit down and then calmly measure your heart rate, and how to do that is given in the video. And once you have done that, initially you take the measurement that is called baseline, your state of your mood, and then you do certain activity and then collect the data again. And grand comparison we are going to do later, after you have learned how to use a software that we are going to teach. For now, what I want to do is I'm going to send you guys in a breakout room. In different rooms, 4 of you will be there. I will just make it 4. And you guys are going to talk to each other and come up with at least some conclusion. Write a short paragraph on what you think is happening there. Like meditation kind of calmed me down or something like that. Okay, but I won't give you too many prompts because I want your ideas. I want to learn as well from whatever you guys have done. So here it is. I'm going to, how many of us are here? 1, 5, 2023. So I'm going to, oh, where is it? Breakout room. Okay, open all rooms. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Oh, good. Are you able to talk to each other? Okay. So all you got to do is if you have watched the video and if you did go through the experiment, please a small paragraph how you find your initial thoughts, what data suggests to you, okay? And you can send me that via email later, not right away. Looks like my chat is not working, so I will I will fix it. I'm going from room to room.
Am I the only confused one?
I don't know what
Confused too.
Yeah, what are we supposed to be doing right now?
Did he just leave?
I think so. He said he was going from
Room.
group to group.
we're supposed to be in groups, but I don't think he assigned them.
I don't think he knows how to work like the break room thing.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
supposed to
he, he just split us in half.
talk about what we're
But what
supposed
did
to
he
do.
ask though? That's my real question.
Yeah, I didn't even hear what he's saying. My computer.
Oh,
froze.
everyone's back now. Where did he go though?
Mm.
Am I the only one who ate the M&Ms?
Me, I ate them.
Nah, I ate him like the day after they got here.
Yeah, me too.
I had the munchies. I was like, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, me it was like late
No, I'm
midnight, and I was like, oh, it's too late to go to 7-Eleven. Then I found them in my drawer, so I was like, might as well.
Solid.
I think I'm one of the only ones who hasn't eaten them.
I only ate one. I was tempted to eat the whole bag though.
How you only eat one though? That's like eating only one Pringle or only one Lay's. You know what I'm saying? Like, or taking one sip of juice. You gotta drink the whole thing. You gotta eat the whole thing.
It gets too sweet though. I just opened them yesterday, and it was. I only ate a couple and then I put them away because I don't know. M&Ms to me have a weird taste after a while.
Shit, I should stop making stuff. You right. What y'all think about the peanut M&Ms though?
Those are nasty.
Yeah, right there.
I like the ones with peanut butter.
Come back. Is
Bro,
come back?
Nuh-uh.
Peanut butter is evil. Hell no.
Oh, no.
So how are y'all? How are y'all feeling?
Good, bored.
The silence said it all. The silence said it all.
So are we
I'm
just
happy
chilling here?
I guess so.
All right, I'm gonna go back on mute.
Dr. Tiwari, I think you're on mute right now. Dr. Tiwari, I believe you're on mute.
Oh, how was I muted?
I don't know.
Can you hear me now? I
Yeah, I can
didn't
hear
mute
you now.
myself. I was in a different room chatting with other people. Okay, Jose and all, they were there in the room, and I was chatting with them. And when I came back, it muted me. Okay, so I will go a little faster because we have to wrap it up by 11:50, 11:55 or so. And I have to talk about couple of things. One is what you did last night. So from last night, hopefully you have collected your pre-activity mood status or mood state and post-activity mood state. And there were two activities at least. So you have four sets of data. Please, I want you to send me via email, each of you, that that raw data that you have collected. And then during this breakout session, I hope you talked about um, uh, what I told you before I sent you to that breakout sessions, that I want you to come up with a very short paragraph, your initial thoughts on what you learned from uh, this experiment. I want from each group just one email. All of you do not have to write the email. You just have to send me. One person can take charge, send an email, and write down all the group members' names. So that's that. Now, next thing that we have is quantitative reasoning. In this section, the first thing we have to do today is introduction to data collection. Let me share the screen if it's possible, so you can see what I mean by that. Let me go back here. Can you guys see this Canvas page? Give me a thumbs up. All right. Okay. Kirsten, thank you. So you have to read through it. Oh, okay. Now let me ask you this question. In real life, have you seen people collecting data? I'm pretty sure you have. Let me give you one example where I have seen that, and then you will have some more ideas. I do shop at Costco. When I go in, they have a clicker. Have you seen that? Have you been to Costco with your parents anytime? No? Give me a thumbs up if you have. All right, all right. Oh, okay, that's great. So Um, Sometimes, I do not know about your town, but here there is a guy standing all the time at the door and clicking a tiny gadget. It probably records time and it keeps count of how many people entered. And that data can be used. That is data, like you are dealing with numbers. That data can be used to determine at what time there is a big rush in the store. And based on that, they can use that data, I guess, to staff the store. If there is a big crowd coming between 12 and 1, they will have more people so they can manage them. Now, do you guys have such examples? Just write down one example, and I am going to now look at, just a minute here, how do I stop share? So I can see all the faces here, and here, yeah, write down at least one example. And I am going to call on Dylan. Dylan, could you please share one example either in the chat or turn on your microphone?
An example of collecting data?
Yeah.
The M&M that you guys sent us, like we have to collect how many colors of M&Ms there's per bag.
Oh, good, good, good. So you already opened it. Did you eat them?
I did.
Oh, if you did eat that, oh my goodness. Did you record all the colors?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So otherwise, I will have to send you another one. Or you have to go buy one. Okay. I'm going to call on Benito. Benito. He's not responding.
Responded on the chat.
Oh, Juan? Kalani, why don't you share?
I said online surveys.
Online surveys? Yeah. Can you give me an example of online survey?
Like if the school gives us a survey about who eats lunch on campus rather than off campus.
Oh, wow. That data can be collected. And that can be used for so many different things. So that's another example. Jose, do you want to share your example?
Of my data?
Example of a data collection. Example of data collection in real life. Yeah.
It could be like the measurement of plants and how they grow.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Celine, are you there, Celine?
Yes, I'm here. With tide, like the wave tides.
Okay. So what do you want to, so give me, yeah, I can think about tides. I know I have seen them, but how can it be converted into data? What kind of data are you thinking there?
I mean, maybe like the rise of tides, like in seasons.
Different seasons. Yeah, good. Or in a day, you can see, morning till evening, how frequently the tides are hitting the shore. That makes sense. So, and you can do something. You can make predictions about, after collecting bunch of data like that, you can make predictions. And there are computer tools where you can plug in those data and they give you nice pictures or graphs, and you can use them to uh, make predictions or explain the situation. Tian, do you want to share your example, Tian?
An example of a data collection.
Yeah, in real life. Yeah.
Uh, the one that we did at our school for statistics was how many middle schoolers and high schoolers got A's and B's on their progress reports.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Um, who else? Giselle, do you want to share your? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking of like how theme parks like collect or like they scan about like how many people come into the theme park a day, and maybe they use that data to see how like maybe the seasons or like what time of the months like generate the most people coming, or how many people come during the seasons.
Excellent example. Tucker?
Like when theme parks count how many people go into a certain ride
Mm-hmm.
or buy a certain food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great example. Olivia?
I was thinking like a census.
Oh,
Kinda.
census?
Yeah, like a census of how many people like are living in California like each year.
Sure. And census has a lot of different branches of data. They collect a lot of information, your race, your gender,
Yeah.
And that can be used as kids, and that can be used. Where can you use that data, such a data?
Use census data?
Yes, census data.
Um,
Other people also think about it, because I'm going to ask the same question to you. So Olivia is going to, you know, first answer that, and then you can also chime in a little bit. Go ahead, Olivia.
I guess you can use census data for like presidential elections and stuff like that.
Oh, that can be done. That can be done. That's a good example. What else? Anybody? Somebody? Just turn your mic on. Oh, do I have to call Johnny? Is Johnny around?
Yeah, as the question about the census.
Yeah, census. Olivia mentioned census. So I
Yeah,
just want to know where or how this data can be used.
yeah, I could like help determine the amount of funding each city gets depending on the population.
Oh, sure. Um, yeah, how many? If there are more kids, then they have to invest more money in parks and all that, where kids can play, or more funds to um, K through 12 schools. So, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Um, let me see. I have just a tiny note card in front of me, so I want to make sure that I go through all of them before time is up. um, I was planning on initially sending you to breakout sessions, but I decided not to because this worked much better. And when I call your names, it's not that I want to harass you, okay? We are just one team. Our goal is to make sure that we help each other out so that you can reach your full potential, okay? Uh, and just a minute here. Okay, now what I want to do is, so you guys, let me share the screen now. So I can explain to you tonight's homework, okay? Um, so as you guys can see, the topic is Introduction to Data Collection. Here is my personal Zoom link. We didn't have to use it here. And then here is the homework. Tonight you are going to watch these 3 videos. And the raw data that you are going to turn in to me, that I can store here. There is no link at this point, but it will be available to you. So you can use that final data to do certain things. For example, whatever this this video says or this video says, you learn that, you use those techniques on your data, on the massive data, and write a report or get ready to present a poster. The ultimate goal is you are going to do, one is this mood states. The other one is going to be the data collection side, is those M&Ms experiment. You are going to work on both projects, but you have to make poster for only one. You choose your favorite and you make a poster. Okay, so that's that. For tonight, what you have to do is watch these 3 videos and go through. It says do it, so you have to do these things. Do you, I mean, I can go on and on, but I want you to ask me questions. Do you guys have any questions for me?
So you want us to make a poster about our favorite?
That's the last day. It is a week later.
Okay, thank you.
Eventually. So what we are doing, Kalani, is this. We we are learning in bits and pieces, like what is data collection, how to collect data, then you are collecting some data, and then we will teach you the software that can be used to make, draw graphs or 5-point summary. What this technical term means, who is that? Yeah, Joanna Angel, is she around? When she was introducing herself, she mentioned that she knows the stats. So she might have seen those, 5-point summary. Have you guys, if you have a set of numbers, you can find the minimum value in the set, you know the meaning of that, maximum value. Are you guys familiar with something called median? Thumbs up or median? Please do give me some hints. Let me just go ahead and do this. Stop sharing so I can see a lot of thumbs ups. Okay, all right. So median. Are you guys familiar with something called quartile? First quartile and then third quartile. Oh, you guys have seen that. So in fact, that two of those videos, they talk about precisely this thing. They are very short videos, 7 minutes each, and they talk about all that. Now, are you guys familiar with term something like outlier in a data? Okay, good, good. Outlier. Okay, so now let me, can someone give me an example of outliers? Anybody who raised, gave me a thumbs up can chime in. Yeah, go ahead, Kalani.
Isn't the outlier like if you want to find the outlier from the minimum, you subtract 1.5 from it, and anything in that range is the outlier. And then if you want to find it for the maximum,
Good, Kalani. You gave me kind of formula for it. I want, you cannot say 1.5 times IQR. There is a terminology that we use to your mom. If I have to explain to my mom, meaning your mom, or she might be a mathematician, who knows. But all I'm saying is someone who has no background in mathematics. If you have to explain to that person what an outlier is, what are you going to tell? What? I know you guys know that. Somebody? Yeah. Johnny, you want to share something?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, not a problem. Outlier. Away from the crowd. If you have a set of data, when I was watching the video, that example keeps on popping in my head. So I will just give you that example. A big number doesn't mean that it is outlier. Suppose you have numbers like 500, 300, 400, 450. It is not outlier. It probably is a score of a class out of 600. Okay? Some people got A, some people got B. But if you have all the scores, let me distribute the scores for you. 5, 8, 10, 20, 200. Now, can you see an outlier there? Most of the numbers are crowded near 5, 6, 7. Are you guys with me here? No. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Give me a thumbs up only if you got it. You have the set of data, you eyeball the data, maybe you can order them from a small to large, and then you inspect the data and you realize that oh, one data is far away from the bunch of, there is data is bunched up at one place, and one or two data points they are lying far away from there. Does it make sense, Kalani? Can you hear me, Kalani? She slept. Okay. All right. So I think that I am talking too much and you guys talking very little. And please, when I am in the class, in this setting, your one finger should be on your microphone. Right away, you click and talk. You can interrupt me. Okay? I will listen to your question. Maybe I will finish my thoughts and then I will jump at, I will answer that question. So, so that's that. So you guys know, you have some idea about outlier. When you watch the video, it will be very, very clear to you guys. Now we already talked about tonight's homework, and one more thing I wanted to talk about, but it just escaped me. What was it? In the meantime, you guys go ahead and ask me a question. Ask me a question. You can
I
ask
have
me a
a question.
Go ahead.
Is there a place we have to turn in our data?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, good question. And I wanted to just send me an email via Canvas. Go on Canvas and send me an email. From there, I will respond to your email and I will, for now, I'm collecting the homework that way. Okay? And it will be more formal in a little bit. Yeah. So other questions? Yeah, go ahead. It's not. Yeah, go ahead. Next person. Yeah.
So it's due tomorrow, right?
This homework number 2, homework that you are going to do tonight is due tomorrow. But there is something due today. The homework that you did last night, you have collected the data. If you have not, please do that, because be as truthful as possible so we can use that data. There won't be any outliers, and we will put together all the data and then we will present it to you, and we will ask you to use that data. But I'm talking about the data about pre-activity and post-activity. Is that clear?
This data was due at 10 a.m. today, I guess. Is it okay if we turn it in like?
Perfectly all right.
Okay.
Yeah. If you are not able to, yeah, I don't remember all the deadlines. Maybe I will write on my notes, and for as a reminder. But yeah, if you are late by a few hours for this data, for this homework number 1, don't worry, just send it to me. We really want that data. So we'll have a bigger data set eventually. You are doing, each of you are doing, are turning in only 4 sets of data, right? That is not good enough. But let me give you an example. If you toss a coin and measure heads and tails, you can sit there and keep on tossing 200 times, or you just, if you have it, 200 coins, you toss at once and just count number of heads and tails. It's same experiment. Similarly, what we are doing here is each of you is going to send us those 4 sets of data, and we are going to put together all the data. Okay? Pre-activity and post-activity. And we will have a massive set of data. We are collecting only 4 from you, 4 sets. So it will be very helpful. So if you have not done, you might want to just go ahead and finish it soon after you are free. Okay? From today's activities. And one thing I forgot to tell you, if you go checking the syllabus, my office hours is there. From 1 to 2, I will be on my personal Zoom, and the link is over there. You can click the link and come see me. It will be one-on-one, or we will be in a room. Room will be open to all, but I will answer all your questions there. Okay? 1 to 2, keep in mind, 1 to 2, I will be waiting there for you. But suppose you found time only after 2 o'clock, you can send me an email, and as soon as I get the email or check my email, I will contact you. Maybe I'll be able to answer your question on email, or just set up a Zoom chat, okay? Zoom meeting with you to answer all your questions. So our goal is to make sure that you guys have a lot of fun here, and you are not being graded like passing or failing. Probably you are, because you are getting 1 unit, but I will make sure that I help you enough so you pass. Unless you just trap in the middle, you stop showing up. Just follow the instructions and you are going to do great. Do you have any question, last minute questions? Because time is up. It's 11:57 now.
Okay, so you want us to send, so 2 emails. You want 2 emails because you want us to send you our data. And then earlier you told us you want us to send you an email with our name and our partner's name telling you what we discussed in the break room.
Yeah. Just 1 short paragraph. That, well, I won't give you any prompt on that. Just give me that paragraph. Hey, Kalani, very good questions. And you want to make sure that you are organized enough to send all the material to me in that format. So that's great. Any other last minute questions?
So you want us to take 4 heart rates, the resting one, the post-meditation and post-activity, and then another post-activity?
Yeah, there are you have post activity and pre activity. You have two data for each activity. And how many activities are there? Can someone tell me? If you read it, if you did it, go ahead. Anybody want to chime in? Of course, you had. Go ahead, Jose.
I thought it was 3, which is the like pre, so like to check your pulse just when you're like sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
and then after watching the video, that's when you collect another data, and then the other activity was like walking around the house for like 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
or like doing some other kind of activity,
Mm-hmm.
and so that I have 3. I have gathered 3 data.
So you are
True.
suggesting that sitting just still
Yeah.
is one activity. What are those 3 activities?
So the sitting down one, and then after watching the video,
Uh-huh.
and then the other one was doing exercise for like 5 minutes. That's the ones I have.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just follow those things. Be very, very clear as you turn in what activity was there, and this is my pre-activity data, and this is post-activity data. Okay? So watching the video takes about 5 minutes. So before watching the video and after watching the video, that is probably control thing. Okay? So just follow the instructions. Okay? Is it clear, everybody? So if there are 3 activities, you will have 6 sets of data. If there are 4 activities, you have 8 sets of data. 1 prior, 1 after, immediately after, and then take a break. And then 1 before the next activity and immediately after the activity. Okay? So we can see how the resting, like pre-activity, how pre-activity and post-activity mood states they compare.
So do we have 5 sets of data? Because I guess we have 2 activities and plus the rest.
Yeah, that is what I thought. When I was thinking of this experiment, last year we collected uh, this, resting data. That was your no, control. What terminology did I use? Your baseline. Baseline, mood, your state, and then pre-activity, post-activity, and then pre-activity, post-activity. So 4 sets is good enough. Okay, 4 sets is good enough. Before the activity, you are already calm yourself down. Probably video does the same thing, but who knows? Some of you might get frustrated by video. That will change your mood. So 4 sets of data, that is what we want. Now you guys go ahead and carefully read about it and follow the instructions. Okay? I'm looking for 4 sets of data. 1 prior, 1 after, immediately after, for both the activities. One activity is yoga, other one is walking around. Okay, physical exercise. Is that clear? Can we call it a day? Or is it your lunchtime? I mean, do you have anything scheduled after 12?
The leaders have something scheduled right now.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, with you guys, or well, I will let you guys go anyway.
Thank you,
So
Dr.
let's call it a day. You guys can check out. I'm also going to end the meeting. Is it all right?
Oh, you don't have to end the meeting. You can
Oh,
just leave the call, and then Vanessa and I can take over.
oh, okay. All right. Okay, Kristen and Vanessa.
Have a good day.
All right. So looks like, let me see here. In the meeting for all, I'm not going to do that. So do I have to do anything else?
No, you don't.
No, just leave the meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I will leave you guys alone. All right. It says assign and leave. So
Maybe for the for like the owner, the host.
host, yeah. It is asking me assign and leave. So I'm going to click on, say, Kirsten.
Okay.
You are a co-host now. And I assigned co-host. But it is not letting me leave.
Okay, cool. Looks like I am host. I will make Vanessa co-host. And then Vanessa, did the breakout room work last time? Do you want me to just make another breakout room for you?
That was good. It worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember how to do this. Breakout room. Manual. Recreate. Assign. Benito, Celine, Gianluca, Jose, Kalani, Carla, Salma, Tien, Vanessa. Those are all your students, right, Vanessa?
I believe so.
Okay, cool beans. And then.
Okay.
Okay, did that work? Did you get a message?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Let me see. Oh. Was that everybody? Just making sure. Yeah, that was everybody. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, y'all. How's it going? So I saw a lot of people on Instagram taking screenshots of their Zoom room meeting. So I was wondering if, oh wait, I'll turn off recording.